30 years ago, technology was celebrated for its promise to enhance convenience and connectivity. Today, while it has undoubtedly delivered on those promises, it comes with a new set of challenges. Our daily activities are now significantly exposed to the pollution from tech gadgets, a stark contrast to the relative tech-free environment of the past. Hi, my name is Simon Low, and I'm here to talk about electromagnetic radiation, also known as EMR, and what exactly it does to our bodies. Our everyday devices, while making our life easier, bombard us with electromagnetic radiation, EMR, that could be harmful. Constant exposure to EMR emitted from our Wi-Fi routers to our wearable technologies raises concerns about the long-term safety and wellness. This constant barrage is a modern form of pollution, pervasive yet imperceptible, enveloping us without a visible trace. Additionally, the World Health Organization, as we know as WHO, has classified radio frequency electromagnetic fields as possibly carcinogenic to humans, indicating that EMR has the potential to cause cancer. Healthcare professionals like Dr. Satvinder have weighed in on the potential side effects of EMR, citing how children are particularly susceptible.
The children's brain, like the hypothalamus, it tends to absorb 1.5 to 2 times more electromagnetic fields than an adult. But if you look at the child's bone marrow, it absorbs an amazing 10 times more electromagnetic radiation than an adult. The brain is much more absorbent, the skull is thinner, and because the relative size is smaller, if I give you the same dosage, your smaller tissue is going to absorb more than the bigger tissue. The first thing you have to do is keep the appliance that's emitting the radiation further apart from you, like handphones, off all power points when they're not in use. Number 3, you could use electromagnetic field harmonizers, which will balance out the radiation side effects from the appliance.
To that end, Dr. Satvinder recommends making use of electromagnetic field harmonizers that counteracts the effects of EMR on the human body. On the other hand, Professor Emerita at Trent University in Canada, Dr. Magda Harvest, whose experience lies in the biological effects of electromagnetic radiation, has shown that EMR has a negative effect on the blood, the heart, the autonomic nervous system. This could possibly lead to symptoms like poor circulation, headache, fatigue, and even difficulty concentrating. Now that you have seen the true effects of EMR, you have a better understanding on how it can adversely affect your health. And let's take a closer look at how our bodies react to EMR. Our bodies are more vulnerable to the EMRs within the range of 30 to 300 megahertz, as we absorb the radiation a lot more, very much like a sponge absorbs water. When our bodies absorb EMR, they resonate with our vital organs' natural frequencies. Now, this could potentially lead to negative effects on our well-being. This underscores the significance of managing our exposure. America's Federal Communication Commission, the FCC, has established limits on acceptable levels of EMR exposure. This is to safeguard the public health. Despite this, many electronic devices operate near or at these exposure limits, raising concerns about the cumulative effects of daily exposures in our life. Even if you can't touch, see, or even smell it, you need to know that EMR is always around, making it a persistent problem. In the following demonstration, I'll show you what I mean. Now in front of me, I have the regular devices that I use every single day. Now with the help of a special tool, we're able to find out exactly how much radiation is coming out of these devices. Here I have with me a radiation detector, the RD9300. It is able to pick up the power density of the radiation. Now notice, anything above 200 is considered high levels of radiation. So let's turn it on. I'm going to put it next to the laptop, and as you can see, the reading is well above 200. These are for your laptops. Now I'm going to come over here to the tablets, which I use every single day. And here we have with me my phone. Let's take a look. Now just imagine the harm you could be doing to your body when you pick up the phone and you start talking on the phone while it's next to your ears. Now, knowing all this, you should definitely consider reducing the usage, especially among children. But let's be real. In the world that we live in today, it is almost impossible to live without these devices. Now, those of you like me who use wireless earpods regularly to speak on the phone or listen to music while you're having a job, you have to see this. Now, when I flip it open, it shows a reading on the detector. But the moment I put them onto my ears, let's check it out. Take a look at that. The reading coming off while it's being connected to my ears and to my phone is significantly higher. All right? Now, I know that some of you have already decided to reduce the usage of these devices. But let me show you something. Now, in an environment like this, looking peaceful and balanced, however, there are actually still fundamental radiation that lurks around. Let me introduce my colleague, David. We're going to be using another tool called the SDR app, which you can download on Android. Now, as you can see, even though I am not in contact with any of my devices,
With a few strokes off the keyboard, it allows us to communicate with people across the globe. With a push or touch of a button, it keeps us engaged and connected. The world now pushes for higher connectivity, faster serving and downloading speeds, from 3G to 4G and now 5G. But what is also true is that with every apparent communication advancement, we are increasingly putting ourselves at imperceptible health risks. Our five senses cannot detect this form of wireless hazards, but our body can. With longer hours using wireless headphones during office meetings, every wireless device that our toddlers or children plays on, any types of microwave oven we use to bake our cakes in, or induction cookers that we use to cook our food. While this enhances our life, we are not realizing how we are exposing ourselves and our loved ones with high levels of radiations.
अस्सलामुअलैकुम नाज़रीन, मीडिया नेटवर्क न्यूज़ में आप सभी का खैर मक़दम है। अगर आपका बच्चा भी घंटों मोबाइल देखता है तो ये आदत इसे कई ख़तरनाक बीमारियों का शिकार बना सकती है। आज के दौर में मोबाइल हमारी ज़िंदगी का एक अहम हिस्सा बन चुका है। हमारी आदतें आहिस्ता आहिस्ता हमारे बच्चों पर भी असरअंदाज हो रही है। स्कूल जाने से पहले ही बच्चे मोबाइल फ़ोन इस्तेमाल करने और घंटों मोबाइल पर गेम खेलने के आदी हो जाते हैं। चाहे इस आदत के जिम्मेदार खुद वालिदैन ही क्यों ना हो, लेकिन उसका नुकसान बच्चों को ही उठाना पड़ता है। छोटी उम्र में बच्चों को मोबाइल फ़ोन देने से उनकी सेहत पर बुरा असर पड़ता है। मोबाइल यकीनन बच्चों की तफरीह का बेहतरीन ज़रिया हो सकता है, लेकिन उसके बच्चों पर बहुत से मुज़िर असरात भी होते हैं। मोबाइल फ़ोन के मुस्तकिल इस्तेमाल के कुछ मनफी असरात भी शामिल है। अगर आपका बच्चा भी मोबाइल बहुत ज़्यादा देखता है तो इसमें ट्यूमर होने का इम्कान ज़्यादा होता है। एक तहकीक में बताया गया है कि मोबाइल फ़ोन से खारिज होने वाली तापकारी बच्चों में ट्यूमर का सबब बन सकती है। इस वायरल वीडियो में आप देख सकते हैं कि एक बच्चा मोबाइल फ़ोन और इंटरनेट के ज़्यादा इस्तेमाल की वजह से दिमागी खलियात ख़राब हो चुके हैं और अब वो ज़िंदगी और मौत की जंग लड़ रहा है। वालिदैन इस बात को यकीनी बनाने के लिए बहुत मोहतात रहें कि इनके
Alright, so for those of us who are constantly on our mobile phones, on our laptop, let's test how much radiation we're actually exposed to. Alright, so I'm going to use my radiation detector. So the phones are emitting tremendous amounts of radiation. Alright, and let's look at our laptops. Equally bad as well. Alright, so what we're going to do now, we're going to plug in the emGuarde by Enagic. Okay, just like that. So it's turned on now. And we're going to go back to the phone. It is completely zero. And the laptop is zero as well when the emGuarde is turned on. So currently now my entire space here is without any harmful radiation with emGuarde. So change your environment, change your life.
So what we can do is, you get on your phone for maybe close to about half an hour, holding it, and then we'll check again and see how does the capillary blood look like.
It looked like my first blood test result was clean, with no signs of blood clotting or blood clumps. But would just 30 minutes of cell phone usage really do any harm at all to my body? I hope not. Let's find out.
Okay, let's have a look. So you can see all the cells now being stacked. See, all of them are, you cannot see those loose cells. You can see most of the cells now all stacked.
Clumped up together, right?
Exactly. Just look at that. The big message is always to try to reduce our exposure. It's almost impossible not to use, but try to be a bit more cautious in the usage.
So the thing is, I know you say it's better to reduce. It's impossible for somebody like me, and I'm sure there's lots of people out there that also need to be holding their phones. So is there anything I can do?
This is the device that can actually help harmonize your electromagnetic frequency wave. And you want to see how it works?
Sure.
Come.
With the environment harmonizer turned on beside me, Dr. Roland and I proceeded to do a third blood test to see just how well this technology supposedly suppresses EMR. Okay, so this looks completely different to the last test, doesn't it?
Yep. Clearly looks different. Lesser rule of